What we gonna do right now is go back, way back. Give me your friend.
Baby.
What's up? I thought you was gonna start hanging out with the big girls again. What is all this trash?
Fat girl, hit the ground, hit it up, and you know something. Fat girl just looking so sweet. Fat girl don't make you eat. Fat girl just shake it, don't break. Big man, let me see you do a thing. Let go, let me see you touch the ground. Shake it out, take it out, back down. Drop me in the house, ride it out, back out. Work it, work it, work it, work it, big girl, big girl, big girl, work it, work it, big girl, big girl, big girl, big girl, big girl, big girl, like you around. Fat girl, keep going, don't quit. Fat girl, just move the damn hip. Fat girl, get down, don't stop. Fat girl, wanna see the pop. Shake it, fat girl, shake it fast. Fat girl, nigga, wanna see that? Fat girl, bounce like a pro. Fat girl, don't know what you know. Fat girl, shake, see you rip through what? On the web, that's hard part two. Look to the house, y'all know the game. Fat girl, don't have no shame. Shake that back, bounce to the beat. Fat girl, shake it, jiggle like me. St. Louis, back to the top. Like I like to do the rap. Work it, work it, work it, big girl, 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 like do the rap. Hey, hey, more hey. Let me hear you say, hey, more hey. Big girls like do the rap. Shake, work, shake, work, shake, work, shake, work, shake, shake, work, shake, shake, work, shake, work, shake, work, shake. To the ground, to the ground, to the ground, to the ground.
Now sick of this. Now I want to show y'all a real show with the big girls.
Oh, fat girl, brought three. Can't hang with 100% beat. Fat girl, know the happen, no quit. Fat girl, run like you own it. Put your hands on your hips and grip it. That new, I'm gonna look like it off the that. Fat girl, bring the crew to top the climb. If not, I'ma pull the business down. Fat girl, bounce hot and stop tripping. If you do, get chicken and hot bitch. With a lot of rock, come to the night speed. I really shit, get the dead in the world, G. But fat girl, show the boy a shot. Let me see if the fat or not. Don't put fat girl, y'all like the damn nationwide. Let me see y'all do the rap.
I'm sick of it. Where you are? Not ever. Oh, not oh, Britney Spears. Hey, how you doing?
Big girl, 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 big girl.
Oh, but I ain't the little leprechaun. Girl, your knees are so up. You look a mess. All about the big girls. What about the big girls?
Big girl, work it, work it, work. Big girl, work it, work it, work. Big girl, you done suck all the fat off your ass. What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? Shouts out to all the big girls. How y'all doing, big girls? We're going to get right into it. Welcome to another edition of yours truly, Uncle Luke, The Luke Show. Yes, we were off yesterday, but we're back on right now today. Today is Wednesday, and it's all good, baby. It's all good. The time to change. I hope y'all ain't got screwed up with the time. Let me just say this before I start the show. I actually got screwed up with the time. I got screwed up with the time. I ain't gonna front. I'm like sitting there, like I'm telling my son, I'm like, they said the time went back. Did it go back? Or did it go forward? I think it went back out. So I get up in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, cooking breakfast. We leave around 6:30
7 o'clock. We leave around 7 o'clock. We go to school, drop them off. I'm like, well, why is it dark out here? When the time was up an hour, it was light. It was light. No, I think it went up. See, I'm confused again already. But it should have been dark. I'll just say that. It shouldn't have been dark. Let me just say that. Everybody in the chat, let me know what happened. Because I wish I lived in Arizona. In Arizona, they do not have the issues with the time. They don't have the issues with the time. They just have the time. The time stays the same. Why is the time changing? Why is it going back, going forward, going up, going back? For the life of me, I don't understand it. Jesus Christ. There's a lot of things I don't understand. But once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the yours truly, Uncle Luke Show, the podcast. We're brought to you right here by Luke Records and LukeRecords.com. Make sure you go there and get all your gear. Get your bombers, get your hoodies, get your hats, get your Luke, everything. Get your bandanas if you want to look like Ray Lewis or whoever, Derek Thomas, get all that stuff. Go to LukeRecords.com. LukeRecords.com with no S. LukeRecords.com to get all your gear. You need it right now. Summer is coming up. You need to be looking real fresh and fly. And then we also are going to have, real soon, this gear right here. Luke for Congress gear. The website will be up tomorrow. The website will be up tomorrow, 12 high noon. Make sure y'all tune in for that. It's going to be epic. The website, the Luke for Congress site, will debut tomorrow, 12 noon. It will launch. It will take off. It will take off. You're going to be able to go to Luther Campbell for Congress.com. Write that down. Luther Campbell for Congress.com. FOR.com. And you'll be able to go on there, make your donations. It's a $10 campaign. That's all it is. $10. We ask you for $10 to join the campaign, join the team, because we got a lot of work to get done. We need a lot of money to get this thing done. We're going to need about $2 million. I'm going to just keep it a buck because these people coming. They're going to try to fight, and they're going to try to keep me out of this seat. It's all about the bag. You got to have the money. You don't have the money, you don't win. Simple as that. No money, you don't win. Because you got to buy those commercials. You got to buy the flyers. You got to buy the have people doing robocalls. You got to pay people. You got it's a lot of bills when it runs in the campaign. It's a lot of bills. That's why the people who put money into campaigns normally are the special interest groups. And those are the people who end up gentrifying your neighborhood. You're like, where's the guy who I voted for? Why is our community being gentrified? Why? It don't look like it anymore. It's because the developers came and bought your elected official. I'm just saying. And the guy that he didn't put the money on, he lost. He probably would have did a better job than the one who had all the money. So this campaign is not about special interest group. We ain't taking no special interest group money. I'm just going to keep it a buck. They can't come give us any money because if they give us any money, they can't be expecting anything in return because this campaign is really about the people. I am fighting for the people. Let's just keep it a buck. All day, every day. I am fighting for the people. I'm not playing. So it makes no sense. I tell them all. People call me up. Luther, developer such like to talk to you about development in Riviera Beach. No, I'm not interested. I'm not interested. If you're not from Riviera Beach, if you're not from that area, don't call me. If you ain't from that area and you ain't doing the housing development for the people of that area, for the people of Lauderhill Lakes, the people of Tamarack, the people of the Muck, if you ain't for that, those people, and you're not getting ready to trick me like you tricked all the other politicians. Affordable housing, affordable to who? Not to the black people who you just pushed out. No, we ain't doing that. No, I'm not doing that. Not on my watch. I will not be able to sleep if I represent the blackest district, CD20, Broward, and Palm Beach in America. And it's going to be on my watch that they're gentrifying under no circumstances. We got a lot of veterans in there. We got a lot of seniors right now. What are they doing? They're taking their money for prescription drugs and they're buying food. It's so bad. We got veterans and they need veterans assistance. They have a lot of things that's for the veterans, a lot of opportunity for the veterans, but most of them don't know how to get to it because they don't have enough assistance. You got these kids in some of these areas committing a lot of crimes. They just need a way out. Kids are very smart. I've been working with them all my life. They just need to know how and where and where's the light at the end of the tunnel? How can I get out of this situation without committing crime? Unfortunately, I've been able to do it in Liberty City. And I'm going to do it over here. How about giving these kids the opportunity to get a trade by putting trade schools back in schools? Everybody pushing all these kids to charter schools and a charter this, charter that, and charter ain't doing nothing. Charter ain't teaching them a trade. Charter is taking the $15,000 a year from the state and damn near getting all the public schools closed down. I'm just saying, ain't teaching them nothing. Some charter schools, yeah, but charter schools is a real Republican thing. I'm just saying. Just keep it in a buck. Not on my watch. These young people are going to have a pathway to a career on my watch. That's what I'm fighting for. Y'all know I'm a fighter. You know that's what I'm on. And I'm going to fight for CD20. And I'm going to make this district the best district in the United States of America. Just like I do everything else. Just like I do Liberty City Optimist. Just like I do Charles Haley Park. And everybody be jealous. Oh, why they getting all this and why they doing all this and why they did this? Just like I did at Edison. Why they got a football field? How they get a turf field? They ain't won nothing. How they get a stadium? How they get a brand new locker room? How they get all these things? That's what I do. And that's what I'm gonna do with my entire district. That's why I said I'm leaving football alone. I'm done with that. I'm okay. I didn't put a lot of kids in college, thousands of kids in college. They went on to the NFL. They had very, very promising careers. They made millions and millions of dollars. I'm happy about it. Had a lot of artists with a Pitbull, Trick Daddy, H-Town, you name it, 2 Live Crew, all these people, they made millions and millions of dollars. That was the business I ran. Everybody keeps saying, Luke, you're a rapper. How can a rapper run for Congress? Really? If you know anything about me, I rapped on the weekend and ran the record company throughout the week. I marketed, I manufactured, and I distributed the product. Okay? Records, that product. I created Southern hip hop from this brains right here. When everybody told me no, ain't nobody else was doing it. I'm sorry. There was no Master P. There was no Houston. There was no Atlanta. There was nobody else. It was me. I had the cojones to do it. And we started it. Ground zero. Right here. And look where we're at right now. Miami hip hop is big. Southern hip hop is great. And all this here. Yep, that's what it is. The good old boys and the good old boy system in the music industry never wanted to give me credit for anything, which I'm happy because I wasn't a part of the good old boy club. And as you can see, the good old boy club was a real club that I'm happy right now. They didn't invite me to the parties. So that is why I'm not on nobody's list. And no baby all is on me. And I wasn't on all that. Let's just leave it like that. At one point, I was upset. Man, these people come to Rodney Dangerfield of hip hop. No respect. Because I started something here, but I ain't get on the cover of Vibe magazine. I ain't get on the cover here. I ain't get on the front page here. I ain't get a Grammy here. I sold just many records to these people here. I ain't get none of this here. Oh, they won't even acknowledge the brother. I got to get on social media to get on the 50-year anniversary of hip hop as if I didn't exist. As soon as I get on social media and like, yo, what the fuck? Y'all gonna have 50-year anniversary or something of hip hop and not invite the South? They had to create a whole thing with the Grammys. Oh, let's do the whole South. And let's say, Luther, we're happy. Okay. You got to get out. I have to say something. These people don't call me at all. Connie Orlando took over BT because Stephen Hill would never do it. Stephen Hill would never honor me. Stephen Hill hated me, in my opinion. He would never. Connie Orlando took over Stephen Hill's job at BT. Her first award show was honoring me because she felt like it was a travesty not to honor me for what I've done for hip hop. And what I've done for hip hop is going to be the same thing I'm doing for my district, CD20. It's just that simple. I build, I create, I use my mind to expand. This system that they have right now with Donald Trump and cut off the Department of Education, I'll work around that. Because all they did was, the money is still going to the Department of Education, they just reassigned it. You just got to know where to go get the money to bring it back to your district. Those kids will not be committing these crimes that they're committing in this district not on my watch. You could bet that. All this insurance hike and just taking advantage of people in the district. No, that's not. No. I will create subsidies to help them with the cost of insurance because it's so high. You gotta have a brain. Most of these politicians don't have a brain. They can't create. They can't work within the system. This man won. Donald Trump won. I ain't no fan of his. When you win an election, you get to do what the hell you want to do, and he's doing what the hell he want to do. But then that don't mean I'm just gonna be sitting up there screaming and hollering, I hate him. I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that. I got people homeless in Belgrade and Pahokee, South Bay. I got people literally homeless, lost their jobs. There's no sugarcane business switched up on these people and went automated. The whole town has been decimated. They have a prison. They went and built, let me just tell you, they went and built Alligator Alcatraz. They went and built that. Big money deal. They had a prison right there in Belgrade that was sitting there that people in the town worked at their prison. When they closed the prison up, a lot of people lost their job, screwed up the entire funding of that whole community. This is what you get when you go there. So it's my job to look at that community and create ways to make it so beautiful and make it, that community is 35 minutes from my house. It's 35 minutes from two ports. And on those ports, if expanded, that's more jobs. See, I know how to get shit done. You can call it what you want to call it. I'm gonna get these kids some trades. I'm gonna give these kids some apprentice positions. I'm gonna give these kids some money in their pocket and a pathway for a better life. I'm gonna get these adults jobs, high-paying jobs. I'm gonna get these business-minded people in Lauderhill Lakes, Tamarack, all that who want to own and operate a business. It ain't gonna be no $10,000. That ain't doing nothing for nobody. No, they're gonna get real opportunities for real funding to start and open up business. They'll take that infrastructure money that they got, that Joe Biden put in place, is sitting there, and we're going to rebuild all those communities. We're going to repave the communities. We're going to put money on the street for people to be able to stay, the people live, so people can live. People get a real living wage. What is the cost of living? These people should be on a living wage. What the hell are we doing with $7 an hour? What the hell is that going to do in Florida? It's a lot of things to be done. That's why when I say, hey, look, why are you running? Because the district has been mismanaged. These people are suffering. They lack representation. They lack somebody to fight for them on behalf of them. I would not be the congressman running down and just running on CNN and MSNBC all day talking about Trump this, Trump that, Trump this, Trump that. No, I'm gonna be the congressman that'll be sitting there figuring out a way to bring back money to my district, to make sure my district is well funded. You got Riviera Beach, you got a whole water plant. The people damn near boiling their water almost similar to boiling in Michigan. Are you freaking serious? Are you serious in Florida? And then it trickles over into Palm Beach. The same water plant trickles over into Palm Beach. These people have to sit there and drink toilet water. And who lives in Palm Beach? Donald Trump. They just named the airport after him, the Palm Beach Airport. I don't think he wants to hop off the Palm Beach airplane and get and they water his plane, put water in his plane, and he's drinking toilet water. So people ask, how are you gonna get these things done? That's all I did. Work across the aisle. I work with anybody. I'm just saying, I got work to do. Why did you want to do this, Luke? You're gonna lose money. You do 3 concerts, you make that $160,000 a year that they're gonna pay you. Yes. That's my calling. I go, well, God send me at. I sit down and I ask God, what are we doing? Well, why you put me in this? I ask myself all the time. They send me to these different high schools, and I ask myself, God, why are you sending me here? I remember going to Miami, and it was the first day. It was 8 players. I was like, why? I was at Norland just enjoying myself. They got 1 billion players. Why did you send me here? Oh, well, you got a job to do. And we turned the program around. We got stadium built. We got locker rooms built. We got all kinds of things with my plugs, unfortunately. And that same thing I'm going to do in my district. I'm going to take all the entities and the major corporations and the business that I work with on a regular basis, and we're going to stimulate the economy. We're going to stimulate the economy. We're going to get things done. It's going to be a beautiful world. It's going to be Pleasantville and CD20. I can see it now. Well, what are you going to do with Belgrade and Pahokee? There's a lot to do over there. There's a lot to do over there. Trust me. My website launch tomorrow, 12 noon. www.luthercampbellforcongress.com. Make sure y'all go over there, look at the platform, the website. If you want to be a volunteer, you can click on the button. Got a volunteer button. Everybody keeps saying, Luke, I want to volunteer. I want to volunteer. You can go click on the volunteer button. It'll give you a form, and you can fill the form out. You will see my platform on there. You will see some other things on it. See some beautiful pictures of some people in the district that I've already met and some of my other friends on there. It's a very beautiful site. Shouts out to my girl, Zika. She built the site. Zika built the site, did an excellent job. You know, the people working in my campaign are grassroots people. They're like my friends. Some of them never even worked on a campaign before. They just they got common sense. They're very brilliant people. And their whole thing is, look, man, we want to help you win. And that's what they want to do. And that's what we're doing. We're working our ass off. You know, hey, look, is everything perfect? No. Are we going to make some mistakes? Yes. But along the way, our job is to go out to the people, and that's what we're going to do. Fight for the people. That's what we're going to do. Tomorrow I'm going to be doing, well, today I'm going to be doing, later on tonight, I'm doing Stephen A. Smith's show. A lot of people like to run away from him. For whatever reason, I don't run from no smoke. So I'm looking forward to go have a conversation with Stephen A. Smith on his show. I'm looking forward to it. I don't run from smoke. I'm a grown-ass man. My daddy always tell me, hey, look here. And, you know, hey, look, if it's a fight, then I'm ready for a fight. If it's a conversation, I'm ready for a conversation. I think it's going to be a conversation because we have mutual respect for each other. I don't know about the other people that he's fighting with. I don't know. Hey, look, maybe I'll be on there fighting, but I don't think it'll be that way because two intellectual grown-ass men who care about our people, we'll just have that conversation. So right now, before we start the show, ladies and gentlemen, put in the chat where you from, because I need to know where you're from. I need to know where you're from. Where you at? You're in here? Where you at? Where you from? We're live right now. How you doing? What's up, Williams? I see you, William. Put in that chat where you from. There it is right there. That's the website right there. I need to put it on the stroll. I need to put it on that stroll right there. www. I'm going to leave that right there. Thank you, Miss Williams. Thank you, Miss Williams. We here. DC in the building. I see DC in the building. DC in the building. Chicago in the building. Who is that? Who is that? Pompano Beach in the building. I'm going to be, that's my Pompano Beach. I'm going to need you to vote. And I'm going to need you to take somebody. I'm going to need you to take somebody. Take somebody with you. Don't go by yourself. Take somebody with you and take a kid with you and tell them this is what it is. This is how to exercise it. I'm just saying. People, you're going to be able to go to the website, make a $10 donation to the campaign. Let me tell you, I got over 1 million followers on all my social media platforms. If we get 10% of the 1 million followers to give $10, we're good. We got enough money. We don't need no more money. It's just that simple. We'll be able to buy them flyers, the big posters, them banners, have them put it on the train and everything like that. Port St. Lucie, what's up? How y'all doing? We got Chicago in the house. Hey, look here, man. I know y'all sitting there saying, boy, we late night. Yes, we are. We late night, 1:30 in the morning. I shouldn't have said that because we will be replaying it at the time we're supposed to be replaying it because I have, listen, let me just keep it above. Very transparent. Because I have so many obligations with this campaign in the daytime. I normally come on at 5 o'clock. It'll be replayed at 5 o'clock. So y'all looking at 5 o'clock? Yeah, we're on a replay. Yes, no problem. I shouldn't be saying this. They told me, don't talk about it. Just make it seem like, but I ain't fraud. We're here 1:30 at night, taping for the entire day. So that everybody else will get this show the entire day. But that's what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining the show. I really appreciate it. At the beginning of these shows, I'm running for office. I got to talk about the campaign. So, I mean, that's very important because I know people want to know what the hell and why the hell I'm running. But let me just show y'all this little commercial right here I made. Love it. Look for Congress. Hey, you know, let me tell you. They introduced me to an app on here, and I've been just cooking. I did that whole clip, which I know how to edit, but I never messed around on the edit machine. You feel me? So I never did that. But I'm Mr. Edit Man now. Everybody thinks it's like some super producer doing it, but that's not the case. Hey, what's up, Naranja? I see y'all. But listen, let's get into it. Let's get into it. I didn't want to thank you guys for being on here. All the people on Facebook. I love you guys on Facebook. Everybody on YouTube, my YouTube channel. Remember, if you're not on there, you can go there and see all the archives. That's Uncle Luke TV. That's my YouTube channel. We're on Twitch also right now, and we are definitely on X. X marks the spot. X definitely marks the spot, and that's where we at. So we're on all these different platforms right now, broadcasting live right here. Live right here. And I want y'all to talk to me in the chat. It's just me and you. Talk to me in the chat. We're going to be on here for the next about 30 more minutes, but it's going to be good. It's going to be good. So let's kick it off. Ladies and gentlemen, let me just say this here. I did a post about NIL. Nick Saban and Condoleezza Rice. I may miss some people. Ron DeSantis, Marco Rubio, Donald Trump. He invited all these people. Tiger Woods. Who else was in the room? Yeah. Urban Meyer, I think. So they had this big old meeting at the White House. Now, mind you, on the Luke Show, if you go back to the archives, go to my YouTube channel, and you go back into the archives, you'll see that pretty much the last 8 episodes I mentioned this coming down the pipeline, that at some point they're going to try to get Donald Trump involved in NIL. Now here we are in a freaking war. And all brought on by Nick Saban. Who is pushing Nick Saban? It ain't just Nick Saban. It's these conferences. You know he's tied to the bootstrap of the SEC. SEC has not won a national championship in 3 years, where they were the dominant conference in college football. Let me just give you some facts. Do you think for 1 minute they're happy about the state of football? ACC has always dominated basketball. ACC dominates baseball. SEC is given the most money by ESPN with their TV contract, and they're expected to perform at a very high level, like they have always been. But what was going on with the SEC? Why they were so dominant? Why did they get all the top players? Let's keep it a buck. Why did they get all the top players? Why did everybody leave their city to go play for Alabama? Because it was Nick Saban? And if that was the case, why Nick Saban is still there? Was it because of Lane Kiffin? Was it because of Ed Arjun and LSU? Was it because of Georgia? Kirby Smart? Kirby Smart won his national championships on the beginning of NIL. The field has leveled out. Most of these people are totally upset with the University of Miami. Is this really a University of Miami issue? But let me just take you back. Mind you, I was a head football coach for over 20 years, head coach 7 years. I dealt with all of the schools that I coached at. I was the one dealing with the colleges and recruiting. Me, wow. I can sit here and tell you a lot of shady stories, a lot of people who were paying for play then. I could tell you about the bag, the BAG, that was running around, that was left by the door. I could tell you stories about them sending the track coach. You see, when there's a dead period for football, there's not a dead period for the other sports. Where the other sports, where the football coach would send a track coach to see a football player during springtime during a dead period. And Luke, can we use this back room here? And we got to drop something off for him. What you dropping off? You know what we're dropping off. A lot of that was in the SEC. I don't kiss and tell. I'm not going to do that. But a lot of them guys who are sitting up there in the White House who are trying to push this narrative of we're going to problem with pay for play. You got Tiger Woods in there. What the fuck you know about college football or college sports? He quit when he was at Stanford. They're calling me racial names and we can't play at the golf courses. You should have took that up with your AD when he was scheduling those matches, Tiger. You should have took that up with the AD. So it wasn't necessarily it was your AD. Your AD should have got on the phone and say, "Look here, we bringing a black guy to this golf course where we have a problem because we don't want to have to schedule it if y'all got a racial issue." So everybody was involved in it. And then you wanted to go get the fucking money. So now Charlie is at Florida State. You may tell me, you're going to prevent Charlie from making some money? Nah, you probably would because you did not go, Tiger Woods, you did not go and take that live money. They had a lot of money on the table, so it ain't my money, which you got plenty of money, but at the end of the day, other kids don't have the money that you have. At one point, you and Earl didn't have the money that you had until you started getting all them fucking endorsements. So stop it, Tiger Woods. You need to be out of the room. I was to crucify everybody that was in that room. Condi, the elite of the elites, the black woman on Django, watching all the two black men fight, and you just get your drink because you are accepted in the room by them. You never been for black people, in my opinion. You never been for us, okay? So, Trump, you having her in the room does not make things right. She's not one of us, like Tiger. We like Tiger, the fact that he was a black guy at one time when Earl was living, because Earl told him, goddammit, you playing for black people. You playing for black people. God bless Earl's soul. When Earl went on, you know, he didn't understand blackness anymore. He became a Calabasian. And Condi never been black. Never, in my opinion. Elite of the elitists. They give her all the big jobs, all the $1 million jobs because she the black person in the room, and it's okay with them talking that black shit around her. That's what happens when there's only one black person in the room. Tim Scott and all of them, they just show up on the picture and be the only black person. Oh, we got black friends too. They're not black. Oh, we got black people in the room. Nick Saban. Listen what he had to say.
Olympic sports to enhance their quality of life while going to college. We obviously have to do it with the president's leadership and also with Congress probably, whether it's antitrust legislation or whatever it is, to allow student athletes in all sports, including women's and Olympic sports, to enhance their quality of life while going to college, but still provide opportunity to advance themselves beyond their athletic career, which is what the philosophy of college athletics and getting a college education has always been about. And how much does anybody talk about getting an education anymore? Nobody talks about it at all, which is the most important thing any of these student athletes can do in terms of enhancing their future.
Okay. Did you hear that bullshit? Did you hear all that? So they're playing these players currently right now millions and millions of dollars. They're playing NFL players millions and millions of dollars. Last time I checked, these college teams, stadiums damn near twice the size of NFL stadiums. They're generating the same revenue that an NFL team can pay players hundreds of millions of dollars. And the NFL owners are still getting fat. They ain't out there fucking having ain't no NFL team losing money. Just like ain't no college football program losing money. This thing, what Nick Saban is talking about, it's a straight bullshit. He wants to go back to what it used to be. When he was coaching, when he could control the narrative, when he could win all the championships, when he could allegedly be the only one paying players. And if anybody from outside of the SEC allegedly paid players, then they put the police called NCAA on those schools, like the University of Miami, like SMU. Any school outside of the SEC allegedly got a question mark of playing some players. They got lots of scholarships, lots of bowl championships, lots of bowl opportunities, everything. But never in the SEC. Only person I remember them putting on sanction was a school that had no business getting the number one player in the nation. That was Ole Miss when they got Condoleezza. How does Ole Miss get Condoleezza? It has to be something wrong here. Really? They put the people in Ole Miss on sanctions. Coaches, Lane Kiffin brother was caught up in that shit and got caught on it got put on the show cause. A whole lot of people, and normally the people who get put on show causes are the black coaches. They take the fall. You see what I'm saying? I know where the bodies are buried at because I was a coach. So this crack of shit that Nick Saban and the rest of them caping and doing, oh, no. And I want y'all to hear something careful. I want you to hear this again, and I'm going to stop this. I want you to hear what he said and why I've been saying this and why I am running for Congress right here. I can't help but bring that part back into it because I want y'all to hear this shit closely, and I'm going to stop the tape.
To do it with the president's leadership and also with Congress, probably.
Right there. We have to do it with the president's leadership, and we have to do it with Congress. Congress, hello? Who do you want to send to Congress to fight for all these kids? Because ain't no player represented at that table. Let me go over it again. Condoleezza Rice, she ain't representing no players. Tiger Wood, he ain't representing the best interests of no players. Urban Meyer, he ain't representing no players. Nick Saban, he just told you he ain't representing no players. The head of the NCAA, he's not representing no players. What are the players representation? Marco Rubio. What the players represent? Who represent the players? Who's at that table that's going to sit up there and push back on the bullshit that they're trying to sell on behalf of the players? That's not American. Who in Congress know anything about NIL? Half of them will become groupies on both sides of the aisle for Nick Saban. They have no idea about NIL. So I expect a wave of hate coming at me. Because when we win, it won't be just me. When we win, we will be up in there in Congress fighting for your kids to continue making the money that they're making off the name, image, and likeness of sports. They have been robbed for so many years from the NCAA. They have been taken advantage of so many years for people like Nick Saban and all the rest of them, taking advantage of these kids, pushing these kids out there, having planned and all that. And let me just say this. At no point did he talk about giving these kids a 4-year guaranteed ride. Let's show. Dabo Sweeney on there screaming and hollering about, oh, he has a whole plan where you can only go in 1 year. After 1 year, you can transfer. You can't transfer after 2 years and 3 years. But where in the hell are they in? Where are they saying anything to benefit the players? The players have a 1 year with 3 year options. They have to get their scholarship renewed every year. People, oh, my child got a 4-year ride. No, your child don't, because they can cut him after every year. If it's about the kids, we worrying about the kids and the finances of the kids and all that. Really? You want to count people money? Listen to this shit again. Listen to this shit again.
Do it with the president's leadership and also with Congress, probably, whether it's antitrust legislation or whatever.
Antitrust legislation. So you gonna leave me sitting here? You think I ain't gonna? Y'all gonna leave me sitting here? You better go find that goddamn website and start hitting that donation button, because they're gonna come after me, and I'm gonna need all the money in the world to be fighting these fools. The antitrust, Congress. He just told you what the play is. It can only get done by Congress. Trump can't sign a executive order when it comes to labor. He can violate the Constitution all day, but he can't violate labor laws. He can't do that. He'll be sued up the yin yang, and his Supreme Court will not go for that, because you know how many other people will be affected. Really? For these people to be sitting down while American soldiers are getting killed in a war, an unjust war, a war we shouldn't even be in, for them to be sitting down talking about NIL, it's beyond me. But we need to have this meeting, Mr. President, because these black kids are making too much money, and I ain't going to go back. I really want to get off this desk and go back in there and coach, but I'm not going to be coaching under these conditions and under these circumstances. No, Nick, sit your ass out. You got all this money, and you never caked for no kid in your entire career. You never said they should be paid, because if you said that early on in your career, then you would be a saint. You never did that, Nick. You never said that you making $8-10 million a year, and the university and this conference getting $800 million, and you ain't never said one time these kids should be paid. But then now you want to run up there and talk about these kids shouldn't be paid, and your hands is dirty. You and the rest of them fuckers sitting up in there. I don't want to curse, because the people told me don't stop cursing, Luke. It's not congressional. But I'm going to tell you like this. Fighting means some choice words every now and then, so I'm going to be using choice words. And if you don't like it, my passion, then I understand that too, because I'm passionate about these kids. And it's not only black kids, it's black and white kids. And let me tell you, the last time I checked, news flash, the district that I'm running for Congress in, our kids will be directly affected, because in Dade, in Broward County, in Palm Beach County, most of these kids who go into the NFL on a regular basis are from these counties. That's why all the colleges come and get the kids from Belgrade, Bogey. Look at the stories. Palm Beach, look at the story. Riviera Beach, look at the story. Lauder Hill Lakes, look at the stories. These are the creme de la creme players. Dade County, look at the stories. So not only am I representing them, but I will be going there to represent kids from all across the country, because they have no representation. They have nobody in that chamber that knows anything about college football. I'm just saying. Yeah, that's right. You think Charlie is not going to get no NIL? You think Charlie is over there playing at Florida State and he don't have an NIL deal? Y'all really think that? Y'all really think that? I'm not about to sit up here and play with these people. I'm telling you, this election is very serious. These people really got a problem with these black kids and these white kids. Because let's just keep it above. Most of the kids who playing round football and basketball, the main thing they're concerned about is football. I'm just keeping it above. Why are they concerned about football? Because 90% of the kids in football, that's who getting the NIL money. This one little black girl playing softball. She just became the highest softball player. She's a millionaire. You think everybody's happy about that? Huh? You think so? It's not the case. There's a lot of things going on. I talked on here the other day about my good friend, T. Martin, and why I did a post. Why T. Martin ain't coaching? It's because of people like Nick Saban and the rest of those cronies. This man won a national championship at Tennessee. And if he cares so much about black players, he would be on here caping for people like T. Martin to become head coaches in the SEC. When the hell did they ever care about black kids? And see, let me just go back to this. Football and basketball sport is the cheapest sport in the world. In America. Cheap. It's cheap. In baseball, you damn near got a mortgage, put a second mortgage on a house. Because in baseball, they didn't turn baseball into arguably one of the richest sports in America. You got travel ball, you got travel here, you got to buy equipment, you got to buy this, you got to buy, the bats cost $300, $400. You got to go to these camps, you got to go to training and all that. You damn near got to put a second mortgage on your. That's not a poor man's sport anymore like what it used to be. That's why you don't see too many of us playing baseball, because you damn near got to be a multi-millionaire to play baseball. Other than that, you got to be living in DR where they still doing it like they used to do it before. Baseball is a rich sport. Oh, we know the country club sport, like Charlie is playing. How much it costs to hit golf balls? It's $10 a bucket every day. And you got to hit buckets all day. Then you got to pay them cart fees and the playing fees at these real golf courses. So you ain't getting ready to play that country club sport. Same thing with tennis. Country club sport. You ain't getting ready to play that. Softball. The sisters and the white kids playing that. But here's where I'm going with this. Football and basketball is the poor man's sport. Poor white kids and poor black kids. I'm just giving it a buck. They could afford to play in football. Why you don't see that many kids in basketball anymore? You're like, all the Europeans are the top players in basketball now. Because basketball did like baseball. All these fucking AAU teams, they price the kids out. The parents can't afford to put that kid on an AAU team and be traveling all over the country. The average parent in the hood, whether in the hood, the white or black kids, they can't afford it. So what the fuck is going on here? So it goes back systemic. We're talking about basketball and football. How dare we pay these Negroes and these poor white trash this kind of money because they don't deserve it? How dare we pay them that? They're supposed to not be millionaires. That's what they do. A friend of mine sent me this. I'm not going to call his name. Say, real talk, Luke. The reason they want to protect the system is because black players come on campus, fund the white players in all sports. This is a prominent coach that sent me this. It's at most schools, if not all schools, female sports don't make money. And football program has to fit the bill on the backs of the football players. It's how Title IX get funded. This is a prominent coach. He saw my post and he said, look, Luke, I want to just share this with you. All the other sports, ain't nobody at the soccer stadium. Girls basketball, some schools, South Carolina, Texas, a few schools. Basketball, some situations. Football, 100,000 people in the stands. The TV contracts. So we going somewhere. It's how Title IX get funded, he said. That's why they're mad. Can you imagine how many white men and women that black football players have educated of the years? These black kids are out there all these years playing football. Football generating billions of dollars for the universities, whether it's sponsorships, whether it's TV contracts, concession, parking, all that. These black players have funded their entire athletic department, lacrosse, swimming, tennis, soccer, all those sports. He made a point. How many black kids educated white people to keep these university doors open? I'm not going to tell y'all who this is. Let me go back to the paragraph where he said that's why they're mad. That's why they're mad. Can you imagine how many white men and women that black football players have educated of the years? Let's use our imagination. Secondly, he goes on. This shit is getting good. I'm not going to say his name. I refuse to reveal my sources. Secondly, they want to keep it great. NIL should not be mentioned with base pay from universities for the players. NIL should be up to the player and the agent, like pro sports, and schools shouldn't get involved. So they're trying to put them together so they can go back to their cheating ways. This is a big time prominent coach. Big time coach. Brother. This is what he... Remember, I've been coaching for over 20 years. I real strong relationships with these people. He saw the tweet and it touched him. I always have conversations with coaches who are coaching in the profession right now today, and they'll call me and I won't tell. We'll have this conversation about the conversation because they know I know. And they're more deeper into it because they're in the back room with them. They're at the universities. They see the bullshit going on. How many black kids educated white men and women? I didn't think about that one now. All the money that's generated through football and basketball? Jesus Christ. They got them big old pretty brand new buildings up there. You think it's just the booster bank? Didn't y'all just see a national championship football game where you had to pay $5,000 for a ticket? To me, who got the money? Where the money went? They just gave $8 million per team. Really? Who got the money? People played in a playoff and bowl games. You went to the national championship, you played in 5 bowl games, and you just won all these bowl game trophies and shit to get to the national championship. You just rolled them kids out. They're trying to put them together. That's what he said. They're trying to put NIL together because let's talk about NIL. NIL is name, image, and likeness. That's technically supposed to be a sponsorship deal. That's what that is. That's a collective body that they created. They allowed that shit to happen. So why they're crying about it? They got a collective, a group of boosters who used to be the boost. They used to be in the little booster club. They were the ones who paying the money up. They've been doing it forever. They've been paying players up under the table forever. It's right now the players are now getting what they're due. And Nick Saban and the rest of them people sitting around that table are mad. They're upset that these black players have now have total control of the system. That's what you got going on. Ain't nobody gonna talk about this. You ain't gonna hear this on ESPN. You ain't gonna hear these things. I'm sorry. It is what it is. I keep it a buck right here. And that's why everything goes back to where? It goes back to Congress. So when people ask me, Luke, why are you running for Congress? They shouldn't be asking me. If you love sports and if you love these black kids and these kids playing sports and you defend the right for them to continue making money off their name, image, and likeness, you need to be sending $10. I'm gonna keep it a buck because you're gonna need somebody like me on that wall. You need somebody like me in them chambers. It's just that simple. Because other than that, these kids are going to get railroaded. I'm sorry. Did you hear Hakeem come out and speak out against this little committee? Did you hear anybody from the Democratic Party jump out here and say anything about these people convening, ready to hijack these kids? And all these kids are the poor kids. They're the poor kids in the country. They're the kids that come from blighted communities. I'm going to keep it a buck. I've been coaching for over 20 years. And all the kids, the reason why I'm in high school coaching and I had to retire, what a perfect time to retire. I'm always, God, when you sending me over here to run for Congress. And then now it comes to me that you love football. You've been coaching these kids and now you get ready to damn near save the whole United States of America in playing football. You get ready to be the person to save these kids from these people taking advantage of them. It's me and Nick Saban. But the difference is he won't have a vote. When did they care about these kids? Look at the people. Tommy Tuberville, perfect example. Won the national championship at Auburn, coached at Miami, coached all over the damn place, coached you name it. He made all of his riches off the backs of black kids. And what did he do when he got in the Senate? He turned his back on every African American in this country after making all his money off the backs of black young men. You think these people give a shit about them? these kids. You think Nick Saban really care about, oh, we ain't teach them how to handle their money. Well, goddamn it, that's where you that's where you be a responsible coach. He got an agent. The agent got a financial person. Is nothing wrong with that? My ex-wife had an agency. Actually, I gave her my agency. Okay, this is what it was. Look, you want to do sports? Okay. She represented Devontae Freeman, who played for me. Duke Johnson came off my program. Top 2 players. She represented them. And I'm up here consulting. Training, we got it. Financial literacy, we got that too. We're going to put you with the best brokerage firm. And when one of them try to take advantage of you, we got it. Marketing, we got it. It's not rocket scientists behind this. Yes, Sarkeesian says there's a lot of these agents in here. Yeah, do they need to regulate it? Hell yeah. Everybody shouldn't be representing these kids. But not them agents from the NFL. Because they done broke a whole bunch of players. You don't want them sharks over there. You don't want them nowhere near these kids. You don't want them nowhere near these kids. It's amazing, people. It's absolutely amazing. I'm just here to tell you. Pompano Beach, can you send me a video? Pompano Beach, I'm going to be representing you. You go out there and vote for me, make sure you take somebody. So, this is serious, people. Here's another time when they asked Nick Saban about, how do you feel, Nick Saban, about NIL? See, you've been pushing this shit for the longest.
The NIL has changed and players are recruited differently. What's your reaction to this? A quarterback leaving an undefeated team?
Well, first of all, we don't have a manageable system in college football. I'm not opposed at all to players making money. In fact, I think they deserve that. But 100%. The way we're giving them money now, name, image, and likeness is really not name, image, and likeness. That's supposed to be for a marketing opportunity, which I think is a good thing. But we've turned it into pay for play because we have donor-raised funds to be able to pay people. So that system does not create value long-term for players. I mean, you're supposed to go to college to create value for your future. Now we have guys making decisions about how much money they're going to make, which I'm not sure that's what we want the college experience to be. So I think there can be a revenue share type of program in the future that would enhance the players' quality of life while they're going to school. They would be.
Enhance the players' quality of life while they're going to school. I think there's a way we could pay them to enhance the quality of life while they're going to school. You're already paying for dorms. You're already paying for apartments. At these big time schools, they get apartments. Before NIL, you had them in apartments. You had them run around in cars because you turned the agent loose. See, here's how this happened. So there's two things, college football. The big time schools had the big time players, and they had the big time agents. Most of the big time coaches, agents who represented them, represented the big time players on that team. That's how it used to be. And then the other agents ran around. The other agents ran around with representing the other players. There's always been agents floating around college campuses. And if a kid got a draft grade, as soon as he got that draft grade, or he was bubbling up, there was a runner on the campus paying the players. So by the time he finished college, he already had representation because he was already getting paid He already had a car. He already had a condo. He already had money in his pocket. Did he have as much money as he having now? Nope. Because now they have a bunch of money. So now when NIL came, those unscrupulous agents could not pay these players to make it seem like, I'm your daddy, I love you. I'm giving you money, I love you. And the players, most of these NFL, most of these college players, they're like girls. I'm gonna keep it a buck. They're like girls. You give them the money, you buy them a bag, and they think they love you, but they really don't love you. They just buying you a bag and give you the money because they want the honey. And so these kids will be sitting there telling, no, he loves me. He loves me. No, he's doing something illegal. He don't love you. Is he giving your brother money? Is he giving your sister money? No, he's giving you money because it's a business deal for him. He knows the upside of his investment and the money that he gives you while you're in college, son. The money he's giving you while you're in college, when you sign that document and he negotiate that first contract, then it's going to be like you put your hands in the mini bar. He's got every dollar that he spent on you while you were in college, all the trips, all the flights to bring your mama here, all the payments, all the car payment, all the condo payments, all the food and all the dinners. He's going to charge you for that when you say, I want to leave you because you are not doing the things that you should be doing as an agent. And then that dude is going to take that piece of paper and he's going to say, better be, it's cheaper to keep me. He's going to take that paper of all the money that he spent on you. He's going to go to the NBA, to the NFL arbitrator, and they're going to sit down like this here, and he's going to say, oh, well, you did a contract, and you got to pay him all that money. So then now the shit adds up to be about $500 and some $1,000 over the years. Let me hold something. I want to fly to Miami on spring break. A la Deshaun Jackson. Look it up. When he tried to leave his agent, it was like, oh, you owe me $500,000. Like, $500,000 what? I'm here to tell you. So the colleges partnered with the agents, and the agents were paying the players on the college campuses. That's how that worked. That's why those big time schools stayed big time. That's how it worked. Any outsider came in within the 10, maybe 10 agents, any outsider came in and was representing the kid, two things happened. The coach or the coaches, because all the coaches are represented by somebody. Hold on, let's do this. Hey, Nick, if you love the kids so much, how about the coaches don't have an agent? Ooh, shit. How about the coaches don't have a representative? Let's do this. It's college sports. You're dealing with tax-paying money. How about the coaches put on a cap? Let's cap the coaches. Let's cap the coaches, Nick. A college football coach, because this is supposed to be college football, an educational, institutional situation. It shouldn't be about money. Let's cap the coaches, Nikki. Let's see how your agent who represents everybody is going to feel about that. Let's cap everybody. Do some antitrust for everybody. Tell you that right now. Y'all better call all of them, and they better be going to Luther Campbell for Congress website tomorrow, and all the players should be maxing out. The players should be, you getting NIL, your hands need to be maxing out, because this election is about NIL. You in high school, you in college, let these people have it. They're going to put this shit to the vote. This man on several occasions has been pushing the narrative. Nick Saban has been pushing this narrative about regulating and regulating football. We're going to give them X amount of money so that they can just improve their quality of life on campus. What? Really? And what is that? You already paid for the damn food. You paid for the outfits they got on. The campus is what? What the fuck is in Athens, Georgia? It's one block. What is in Tallahassee? What the hell in Louisiana? What the hell is where Clemson at? When it's summertime and school is out, it's dead. You can't even get an Uber. This is, man, listen. It's going for everybody. This ain't just black kids. It's all kids. I'm just saying. Let me move on after this, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank you all for joining my show tonight. I had a blast. We'll rebroadcast the show throughout the day tomorrow. And then, again, I'll be taping all different times of day. But we will be on every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And we'll do a weekend edition. On this weekend edition, I'm going to have Coach Willie Simmons from the Florida International University on the show. We're going to have a good time. We're going to talk about some great things. I want to make sure to remind you guys tomorrow at 12 o'clock, we are going to launch the website, www.lukeforcongress.com. You'll be able to go there and see the platform. You'll be able to go there and volunteer. If you want to volunteer, you'll go there and see some things that I'm all about. I need to put NIL on there. You'll be able to go to the website to make a donation. We love it. Sweat equity is a great donation as well. That's volunteer. Want you to pass the site around because, again, this is a very, very important election. These are the midterms. You need people in Congress to be able to fight on behalf of these young men and women. Not just young men and women. It's very, very important, people. We got very important issues that we got to deal with. You need people in Congress that's going to fight for you. And that's what I'm all about. If you live in my district, CD20, I am not running in Miami. Let's just keep I am running in Broward County and Palm Beach County, parts of Palm Beach County, which I represent. The Muck, Belgrade, Pahokee, South Bay, and some other surrounding cities. I'm representing Riviera Beach, not all of Palm Beach. I represent Lauderhill Lakes, Tamarack, Sunrise. I'm representing, that's where I'm at. Those are the areas. But on a national scale, when you're a congressman, yes, you represent your district, but then you have to go and vote on items such as NIL, legislation, insurance, healthcare. Those are a lot of different things that you have to deal with. That's my time, ladies and gentlemen. I enjoyed it. Make sure y'all check me out tomorrow. I'm going to be on the Stephen A. Smith Show. I'm taping it at 7:25. I don't know whether it's going to be live, but however that works, make sure y'all check me out over there. I'm going on this podcast. I'm going to have some fun. I got my helmet on. If it's a contact sport, then I'm ready for the contact. If I get hit, trust me, I'll hit back. But I don't expect that. So thank you guys for joining me. Thank you all on Facebook. That's Uncle Luke, my fan page, Uncle Luke Real One on Twitter, Uncle Luke Real One on Instagram. On my YouTube page, where if you go see all the replays, all the shows on my YouTube page, that's Uncle Luke TV. And on Twitch, hey, make sure y'all check me out over there. Follow me on all these platforms, and then also make sure you go and follow me on Instagram and X, which is Uncle Luke Real One. the same name on both of those platforms. And then I'm over there on Glue 305 on TikTok. I like over there on TikTok. Those people are really, really a lot of fun. I just love that platform. We're going to be starting a new platform, a new app, people, Black-owned app I'm familiar with. Some fellas, some brothers are starting a new app. It's called Freedom. I don't know if I was able to say it, but they're going to launch this new app called Freedom. And I asked them, why y'all call it freedom? And they said freedom to express yourself the way you want to express yourself. So I'm looking forward to that new app. It's going to have all the functions that Elon Musk app has, all the functions that all these other apps have. It's going to be Black owned. So I'm excited for that, and hopefully you guys will be excited for that as well. And that's going to launch. I'll tell you when it launches. I'm going to bring the guys on, let them talk about the app. But that's what we got to start doing. We got to start building our own, because we're supporting platforms that really don't support us. You know damn well that Elon Musk do not support us. He put so many people, brothers and sisters, in bad. No. But when those are the only places that we have to go, we go there. But until the next time, I'll see you guys later. I love you. Peace.
Like the big booty hoes with cute faces. Let nigga hit it on the first day basis. Niggas fake bitch kick game straight. X no down with the diamond name place on. Or in the path of sex with diamonds glaring. Keep a nigga staring when you're wearing down a Karen. Or skipping shit to keep a nigga looking at you. In the bunk sex, you can show off your tattoo. Even if you're a max true player, she ain't